Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another weekly update. Unfortunately, there's not much of an update this week. I've really been in a reading slump as of late, just trying to get through The Wanderer of the Wasteland by Zane Grey. I won't say that I'm not enjoying it, but I'm definitely going to put it on pause. I don't see where he's going with this book, and I think that's kind of what may have put me in a little bit of the slump. Just trying to read this many westerns again. I absolutely love westerns. I will never stop reading them. I mean, I have 109 Louis L'Amour books that I need to try to get through every single one of them here. So I definitely don't have a decline of westerns to read. So I'm gonna kind of hold off this last week of June and try to read a couple different, other genres to try to get me out of that reading funk. I'm gonna pick up the next book in the Old Man War, and that is The Ghost Brigade. If you saw my review of the first book, I really enjoyed it. There was one chapter though that I just could have done without. Go back and watch that review if you want to know a little bit more in depth. As long as there's not a chapter like that in this, I think I'll enjoy this quite a bit. Reading the back blurb here, it does not sound like our main character from the first book. It doesn't sound like he's mentioned in this, so that has me really curious to see, what it might be about. I just figured out apparently though that there's like a second trilogy to this or something like that. So if I enjoy the first two, or first three, if you will, I'll definitely have to pick up the second trilogy in this series. Just really excited to get back into this and try to figure out a little bit more of this world. We found some information out in the first book that really, piqued my interest. So, and knowing that if you read the first book, you know what this might be about has me really, really interested. It sounds like we're talking about the Ghost Brigade forces in this book specifically. So that has me very, very interested. Next, I figured, if I'm trying to get out of a reading slump, why not go with an author that you fly through their books, and that is Mr. Craig Johnson. I'm going to pick up The Highwayman, which is the next short story, novella, whatever you want to call it, in this series. This is what, 11 and a half, I think, is what this is considered. Whoever owned this before me had it marked up here. So I think this is book 11 and a half, if I'm not mistaken, in the series. So really interested to get back with Walt and Vic and Henry and Ruby and everybody in Absaroka County. I love this series. This series has become very near and dear to my heart. So I'm super excited to get back into that series. Like I was saying, I just really haven't been enjoying Wanderer of the Wasteland. I think I've kind of met my max for westerns for just a little bit. I'm not going to stop reading them. I will always read them. But I kind of picked back up Dead House Gates. Read about 40 or 50 pages in this book, which seems like a good chunk. It's really, when you have a book this thick, it's really not. You can't even tell I made a dent in this book. So I'm just kind of picking this up whenever I feel like it. If I get home and I'm super tired, and I'm not going to be able to solely focus, I won't pick this up just because this book really does deserve your full attention. And I know I've made it sound like, this series is a bore, it's a drag, you have to fully pay attention, it's like studying a textbook. It's not like that by any means. I just don't want to miss anything in the series because it is true. I've heard a lot of people say, if you read 5 or 10 pages and you haven't fully been paying attention, something will happen. You'll be like, what the hell? Where did that come from? So you really do need to pay attention to this series, guys. So like I said, kind of reading this, picked this back up, enjoyed it thus far. Again, I can definitely tell my interest is back for this series. So kind of going to get into, this in the next month coming up. It is going to be July. We are already over halfway through the year, guys. It's crazy. July, I'm going to kind of give y'all the forewarning. I am always going to read, but July is going to be the last big month of solely focusing on reading because August starts the football season, the NFL season, and I am a diehard football fan. Despite the fact that I have a Ravens cup, I am a, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Joe Flacco fan. I like Lamar Jackson and whatnot. And I know Faceless, I think it was Faceless, is giving me some crap about it. I am a diehard Giants fan. I plan on getting me a Giants cup like this so I can do it during my videos and whatnot, guys, just so I don't confuse y'all anymore. So like I said, August starts the football season, preseason, fantasy football and all that. So I get really into that. So July, I'm planning something really big to try to, cap off, my sole focus of reading for the year, as far as that goes. Like I said, though, guys, I will never stop reading. You'll always have constant videos from me on here. But, guys, like I said, that is going to be it for this weekly update. Like I said, going to hold off on reading Wanderer of the Wasteland and pick up the Ghost Brigades and the Highwayman. And real quick, I also want to give a shout out to some channels. I always got to plug Faceless Book Reviews channel, as well as Dustin Neely's channel. A couple new channels that I've, kind of, I don't want to say stumble across, but I've come to learn about. Hide and Read. He's picked up quite a few different followers. I started following, does some great reviews. He just did a book review, I believe, of Recursion by Blake Crouch. Great review. As well as Kevin Towle reads. I've talked with Kevin a little bit in the comments below. I've talked a little bit to Hide and Read. But they just seem like great guys. Their channel's awesome. Kevin posted like 4 or 5 videos, I think, in like 2 days. So I definitely have a lot to go, try to reach. He set the bar pretty high, doing like 5 or 6 videos in 2 days. So again, guys, go check out their channels. As always, I'll drop their, channels below. Go click on subscribe. As always, guys, I do appreciate every single one of y'all that stop by, to watch these videos. Hopefully, I'll have a couple reviews up here on the channel later this week. As always, guys, thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.